Good morning, dear students. A warm welcome to all of you for our today's digital session for the subject Science and Technology, Section B. In our previous session, we have completed with the explanation for chapter number 18 from Section B, Observing Space Telescopes. We have even started with the textual exercise. Today, once again, we will start with the discussion of textual exercise right from question number 1. After that, I will be discussing the additional questions for this chapter with you. If time persists, then we will discuss the activities. So, let us begin with the discussion of textual exercise. All of you are requested to be present with a textbook in your hands, a pencil for marking the answers, and refer page number 214. Question number 1 is very simple. Fill in the blanks with proper words. First, the wavelength of visible light is between dash and dash. You have seen on the very first page of this chapter, last paragraph, they have given the visible range of light, that is between 400 nanometer and 800 nanometers. Second, GMRT. Just now you have seen about GMRT, Giant Meter Wave Radio Telescope. It is used for which type of waves? Radio waves. C is omitted because it is the question based on the reduced part of the syllabus. A certain X-ray telescope is named after scientist dash. So page number 213, the block which is removed about Chandra, it is based on that. So that question is removed. So we move to D. Next one. The first scientist to use a telescope for space observation was Galileo. Again, E question is omitted because it is also based on the reduced part of the syllabus. The biggest optical telescope in India is situated at dash. Same page number 213, the green colored block about the Hubble telescope. They have removed out from the syllabus. So whatever part is removed out from the syllabus, no questions should be asked on that part. So from question number 1, C and E are omitted. Question number 2, form pairs. Here also actually first and third should be omitted, but now as it is match the columns, I have included them. First one, X-rays, Chandra. Second, optical telescope, Hubble. Both these are on the reduced part of the syllabus. So take a note that just go through. Nothing will be asked in the exam. Indian Radio Telescope, GMRT. And the fourth one, launching artificial satellites is done by Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO. So we have completed up to question number 2. Question number 1 and 2 are over. Question number 3 is a brief question. What are the difficulties in using ground-based optical telescopes? That is the earth-based optical telescopes. How are they overcome? Just now we had seen which are the different difficulties which are faced when you use the earth-based telescopes, about the sunlight, about the nighttime problems, about the absorption of light in the universe. So you have to mark the points in the textbook. Refer page number 213 for marking the answer and carefully mark. Now this question is divided in two parts. First part is you have to write about the difficulties which are faced, and in the second part how the difficulties are overcome. So let us first see which difficulties are faced. First, page number 213, very first line. You can see the first line says the visible light coming from. So you have to start marking from there. You have to mark from the second line. You can see the second point in the textbook, during this journey. So skip that part. During this journey, some of the light is absorbed. So before light, add the word visible. That is your point number 1. Page number 213, second line. Some of the visible light is absorbed by the atmosphere and the intensity of light reaching the Earth's surface decreases. Second difficulty is you have to continue with the marking over there. Second problem is caused by the changes in atmospheric pressure and temperature. This changes cause turbulence in the atmosphere, which in turn cause the light rays to change their path slightly and thereby shake the position of the image. Third difficulty, you have to continue marking. Cut the word also in the textbook. Start from because. Because of sunlight, we cannot use optical telescopes during the day. During the night too, city lights and cloudy weather can cause difficulties in observing the heavenly bodies. So these are the three difficulties which are faced. Now how they are overcome? To mark these points, move ahead with the marking. So the first way of overcoming the problem is first, second, third, fourth, fifth last line of the paragraph. You have one paragraph on page number 213, the very first paragraph, fifth last line. First way is optical telescopes are situated on top of mountains in uninhabited places. Second is, continue marking, these problems do not exist in the space and thus the image obtained by space telescopes would be very bright and clear, so they should be placed in space. So these are the different ways by which the above difficulties can be overcome. I hope you have marked the difficulties and the ways of overcoming the difficulties carefully. Now we move to the next question. Question number 4. Now this is a, you can say, logical based question. Which types of telescopes they can be made by using concave mirror, convex mirror, plane mirror and a lens? Draw diagrams of these telescopes. Which types of telescopes can be made? Now you know optical telescopes are made because you have studied under optical refracting and reflecting, both the types, Newtonian and Cassegrain. That all you have to include in this answer. So the first point you have to cover is optical telescopes. Which type they have asked. So optical telescopes are made using concave mirror, convex mirror, plane mirror and a lens. Now all the three types of optical telescopes along with the diagrams you have to include. So the first one, refracting telescope. In short you have to write, it uses lens for objective and eyepiece. Then you have to draw the diagram 18.1 on page number 210. You can see the refracting telescope. That diagram you have to draw. Now the second optical telescope is reflecting telescope. So the first one was refracting. Now reflecting. Under reflecting both you have to include Newtonian telescope. It uses a concave mirror, a plane mirror and a lens, and immediately you have to draw the figure on page number 211, 18.2 about the Newtonian telescope. And the next reflecting telescope is B, Cassegrain telescope. It uses a convex mirror, a concave mirror and a lens, slightly different. And you have to draw the diagram 18.3 on page number 211. Once again I will go to the question so that you will understand carefully. First part you have to mention, optical telescopes are made using concave mirror, convex mirror, plane mirror and a lens. So the two types of optical telescopes are refracting and reflecting. So refracting telescope you will write, it uses lens for objective and eyepiece. Draw figure 18.1 from page number 210. Clearly they have given refracting telescope. Then second is reflecting telescope. You have to give the heading. Under that A, Newtonian telescope. It uses a concave mirror, a plane mirror and a lens. Draw figure 18.2 about the Newtonian telescope on page number 211. And A is Newtonian, B is Cassegrain telescope, which uses a convex mirror, a concave mirror and a lens. Draw figure 18.3 about the Cassegrain telescope. which is on page number 211. So all these three you have to write very carefully in the notebook and draw all the three diagrams. Now in different ways question can be asked over here. A question can be draw a neat label diagram of refracting telescope along with explanation, or same about Newtonian Cassegrain, or diagrams will be provided to you and labelings will be kept blank, you have to label them, or diagram will be kept ahead of you, you have to identify the diagram and give the explanation. Question number 5. Study the figure and answer the following questions. This figure is given to you in the textbook. Looking at the figure, you have to identify what diagram it is and then answer the different questions based on it. The first question asked is, what type of telescope is given in the figure? Looking at this mirror and this mirror, you come to know that it is a Newtonian telescope. Very clearly you can see a concave mirror and a plane mirror. So the given telescope is a Newtonian telescope. Label the main parts of the telescope. Now here you have to draw the diagram. If such a type of question is asked in the exam, label the main parts, then you have to draw the diagram and then you have to label the parts. I need not tell you about the labels. Page number 211, you have the labels for the diagram: eyepiece, concave mirror, light source, plane mirror, and again light source. So in each one's notebook, I would like to see the labeled diagram. The third question says, question number C, which type of mirror does the telescope use? Very clearly you can see it makes use of concave mirror. So the answer is concave mirror. Fourth one, what other type of telescope uses a curved mirror? You know the two types of reflecting telescope. One is Newtonian and the other is Cassegrain. So the answer is Cassegrain telescope. Last is explain the working of the above telescope. Now above means the telescope which they have given in the figure. So Newtonian. Let us mark the working of Newtonian telescope. Refer page number 211, second paragraph. Page number 211, second paragraph, fourth line. Second paragraph, fourth line. There is your point number 1. Light rays coming from space are reflected by the concave mirror. Point number 2, continue marking. Before this reflected rays converge at the focus, they are deflected again by a small plane mirror. Third point, as a result, they get focused at a point lying on the perpendicular to the axis of the telescope's cylinder. Point number 4, they pass through the eyepiece and we get a magnified image of the source. I hope you have got the answer very clearly. So we have finished with question number 5. You can say logical based question. You have to visualize all the topics which you have studied in the chapter and then you have to come at a certain result. So looking at the figure, you have to recollect all the telescopes and then looking at the mirrors and all, you have to find out which telescope it is and then answer the different questions. Now we move towards the last question of last textual question. Question number 6. Answer the following questions. A. Explain the construction of Galileo's telescope. Explain the construction. Now Galileo's telescope is nothing but the refracting telescope on page number 210. So I will give you the points in marking. Certain point, first point you have to write somewhere on page number 210. Second paragraph with the heading optical telescopes. You can see the heading in light blue color. Page number 210. Second paragraph under the heading optical telescopes. First point you have to add over there. The Galileo's telescope is made up of 2 or more convex lenses. You can see the very first line also they have given most optical telescopes are made with 2 or more lenses. Now here they have specified Galileo's telescope. So we will write this as the first point. The Galileo's telescope is made up of two or more convex lenses. Point number 2, you can mark in the second paragraph, third line is your second point in the same paragraph. To collect the maximum amount of light coming from a heavenly object, the objective lens should be made as large as possible. Third, using the light collected by the objective, a smaller lens called the eyepiece produces a large image of the source. Point number 1, you have to add there somewhere. Such a telescope is also called a refracting telescope. This point you have to add first, and the fourth point you have to add second and third. I have given you in marking in the textbook. With this, we complete question number 6A. Question number 6B, page number 214. Explain the construction of a radio telescope. Explain the construction of a radio telescope. Page number 212, first paragraph. Page number 212, first paragraph. First line you have to add somewhere over there. A special type of telescope is used to receive the radio waves emitted by heavenly objects, which is called a radio telescope. Before going ahead with the construction part, you have to mention what is a radio telescope. So this line they have given in 2-3 lines in that paragraph. So you can just merge and make a single point over there. Point number 2 onwards you can start marking in the textbook, page number 212. It is made from third line, you can see. First paragraph, third line, page number 212 is your second point. It is made from one or more dishes of a particular parabolic shape. Third point, continue marking. As in optical telescope, the incident radio waves are reflected by these dishes and converge at the focus, and a radio receiver is placed at the focal point. Last point, continue marking. The information gathered by this receiver is passed on to a computer which analyzes it and constructs an image of the source. Very simple answer. I hope you have marked up to question number 6B. Now we move to question number 6C. You have to mark on the same, not on the same page, next page 213. So don't change your page. Why are optical telescopes located in uninhabited places on mountains? A big question. You can say not big question, answer is quite lengthy. You can shorten up the points on your own and then you can form the answer and write. General points I will mark and give it to you. Page number 213. Start marking right from the first line. 6 points are there. The visible light coming from a heavenly body has to pass through the Earth's atmosphere to reach the Earth's surface. All the points marking are in continuation, so only I will give you the point numbers. Point number 2. During this journey, some of the light is absorbed by the atmosphere and the intensity of the light reaching the Earth's surface decreases. Point number 3. A second problem is caused by the changes in atmospheric pressure and temperature. Point number 4. These changes cause turbulence in the atmosphere, which in turn cause the light rays to change their path slightly and thereby shake the position of the image. Point number 5. Also, because of sunlight, we cannot use optical telescopes during the day. During the night too, city lights and cloudy weather can cause difficulties in observing the heavenly bodies. Last point, to reduce these all problems, optical telescopes are situated on the top of mountains in uninhabited places. So these are the 6 points ahead of you. Shorten these points. Wherever necessary, you can just merge the points, make one small point. All the logic should be included, that why these optical telescopes are located on the mountains, uninhabited places, because you have seen when the light is entering into the atmosphere, so many from the atmosphere into the earth's surface, so many difficulties are faced, about the atmospheric pressure, temperature, then what happens during the daytime, what happens during the night time, and to reduce all these difficulties, this optical telescopes, they are located in uninhabited places on the mountains. Question number 6D is omitted because it is a question on the reduced part of the syllabus. Why can an X-ray telescope not be based on the earth? You can see on page number 213 the two blocks they have removed out from the syllabus. So second block is related to the X-rays, and so that question is omitted. Now we move towards the additional questions for this chapter. I request all of you to keep the pencils ready to mark and write the additional questions. Hardly 2 or 3 are there. The first additional question is, state the difficulties faced in using refracting telescope. Copy the question somewhere. The answer lies on page number 210. You can see towards the end of that page, you have the 3 difficulties that you are going to mark and write one by one. Page number 210. Above the 3 points, there is a line, even though. So start marking from there. Even though a refracting telescope is useful, they have given such a telescope. Cut that such a telescope and write, even though a refracting telescope is useful for space observations, it presents certain difficulties. Now one by one you will mark the difficulties in the textbook. Point number 1. If we wish to obtain a bright image of a source by collecting the maximum possible light from it, the objective lens must be made as large as possible. However, it is very difficult to make very large lenses. Also, large lenses are very heavy and tend to get distorted. Second point, as the objective and eyepiece are placed at the opposite ends of the telescope, the length of the telescope also increases with increase in the size of the lenses, and the telescope becomes difficult to manage. Third one, the images formed by lenses have errors of colors. This is called chromatic aberration. So these are the different difficulties which are faced in using the refracting telescope, and hence we had seen how the refracting telescope was replaced by the reflecting telescope, the two types, that is Newtonian and Cassegrain. Our next additional question is, give the working of a Cassegrain telescope. Now if you see question number 5E, question number 5E, textual question, they have given the working of Newtonian telescope, but the working of Cassegrain telescope is not included in the textual exercise. So that we will write differently as a question. Give the working of a Cassegrain telescope. The answer lies on page number 211, third paragraph of that page. Page number 211, third paragraph, third line. Third paragraph, third line. The Cassegrain telescope uses a concave mirror. Point number 2. Light rays after reflection from the concave mirror are reflected back towards it by a small convex mirror. Third point. They pass through a hole at the center of the concave mirror and then through the eyepiece situated at the back of the mirror. Point number 4. The eyepiece gives us a magnified image of the source. Now diagrams I have not made you to draw again, because if you see the textual exercise in question number 4, which we have discussed today also, all the 3 telescopes diagrams you are drawing. So need not draw the diagram for Cassegrain again, but for question number 5B, where they have given label the main parts of the telescope, there you have to draw the Newtonian telescope once again. The last additional question to finish with this chapter is question number 3. Write a short note on GMRT, that is Giant Meter Wave Radio Telescope. It can be a question for 5 marks. Mark the answer on page number 212, the peach colored block which is there in the center. Mark the points carefully. Again, a lengthy answer. You can shorten the answer if you wish. A large radio telescope called the Giant Meter Wave Radio Telescope GMRT has been erected at Narayangaon near Pune. Second point, it uses radio waves having wavelengths of about a meter coming from planets and stars to study heavenly bodies. Now in the textbook they have given this telescope is actually, instead of that you will write, it is actually a collection of 30 dishes, each having a diameter of 45 meters. It is called a giant telescope as the arrangement of the 30 dishes over an area which measures up to 25 km across is made in such a way that it works as a single dish having a diameter of 25 kilometers. Fourth point, GMRT gives the same data that we would have got from a telescope having a single dish of 25 km diameter. Point number 5. Scientists study the solar system, solar winds, pulsars, supernova, interstellar hydrogen clouds, etc. with the help of the GMRT. So these are the 5 points which are enough for 5 marks. With this, we complete with the discussion of textual exercise. I have discussed the additional questions for this chapter. So one chapter from section B is over. Now for this chapter, there are no activities to be written in the notebook because on page number 209, hardly 2 small activities are there. What is the difference between sky and space and all? No writing that activity because in the entire chapter other activities are not mentioned. So only you have to complete the textual exercise and the additional questions in your notebook and start studying. Do not wait for the decision whether the exam will be online, offline. Leave all that on the school. You start studying and just imagine that you are studying and preparing yourself for the next year, that is the 10th standard. Thank you, dear children.